Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a story about what if neglected Naruto eats chakra fruit in one piece. Before I start, please support for more amazing content and do consider subscribing to my channel and share this video with your friends. This is written by Silver Scarfed Ventus and link in the description and support writer. Let's start the video. 4 years. 4 long years of being alone. 4 years since the last happy memory Naruto had with his family. Now all that he has is sorrow and hate. We currently find the young child at the Hokage's rock, sitting on the third's head, crying. Why? Why do they love them more? Naruto cried. He had just learned that his younger siblings, Narumi and Menma, were named heirs of the Uzumaki and Namikaze clans. The title originally belonged to Naruto. Naruto's 2 years older than his siblings, but has been rejected ever since they were born. He never was taught how to hold a kunai by his father. He never got to have a good day at school, sweetie, by his mother. All these things were accomplished by his brother figure Iruka. Iruka taught him, fed him, hell he even let Naruto crash at his place when Naruto's family locked him out. But even with the love of one person, Naruto felt isolated and hated his life. The only other person who helped him was Itachi, the current heir to the Uchiha clan. Itachi started a civil war in his family, caused by his outrage to the coup d'etat that their clan was planning. Itachi fought his father to the death and led a revolt against the other Uchihas with but a handful of his family that was still loyal to Konoha. But Itachi did not very much time for Naruto, as he had to be groomed by his family to become the best clan head he could be. Why do they get everything, while I get nothing? He asked the third's head. A child should never have such sadness. Said a voice from behind him. Naruto jumped up and nearly fell off the carving. Who are you? Naruto asked. Before him stood a giant of a man. He wore a strange black coat with a white target on it with paw prints on the bottom. He wore white pants with brown paw prints. On his hands he wore black gloves and in his left hand he held a book that said Bible. He had long unruly hair that was covered by a strange square hat with barriers on it. The man appeared to have no pupils whatsoever. My name is Kuma, Bartholomew Kuma young one. Why are you so sad? Kuma asked. My parents have abandoned me for my brother and sister just because they have the fox's chakra and I have the soul. They say that they need extra training, but they have said that for years. Now they gave away my birthright. Naruto said as he clenched his fists in anger. His hands started to bleed. So, your parents have abandoned you, what of your brother and sister? Kuma asked. They are spoiled and don't even notice if I'm not there. They also cause me to have no friends except for Iruka and Itachi. Naruto said, tears starting to fall again. What is your name? The man asked. Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki Mr. Bartholomew. Naruto said. Kuma kneeled down onto his leg to get closer to Naruto. Naruto, what do you know of the world? Kuma asked. Well, what Iruka taught me was that there are the 5 elemental nations, then there are smaller countries in between them. Then it's just ocean. Naruto said. That is only partially true. Kuma said. Our world is much larger than what you ninja think. Your elemental nations are stuck in a place called the Calm Belt. A nearly impossible sea to travel through, no wind blows, no currents are found here, only on the islands are they found. Kuma said as he stood up. Go home Naruto, then come find me if you want to learn more tomorrow. He said before he disappeared. Naruto was stunned at the man's speed. Wow, I hope I can be that fast one day. He said as he departed for home. The ear. Bam. Naruto threw his alarm clock at the wall, smashing it into 100 pieces. I hate Mondays. He said as he dressed. He wore black hakama pants with a crimson sash over them. He wore a gray jacket over his chest that was reinforced so it could handle a few kunai or shuriken hits. School's going to suck today. He said as he got ready. I feel like I'm forgetting something Mr. Kuma? Naruto yelled. The young boy suddenly jumped up and ran out of his room and down the stairs. Where you going loser? He suddenly heard. Naruto's smile suddenly dropped as he put up his mask. Out Menma, it's none of our concern. Naruto said as he grabbed an apple and walked out the door. Hey. I'm talking to you. Menma yelled as chucked a shuriken at his brother. Naruto heard it coming and pretended to trip. Wow, I shouldn't have even thrown that shuriken, you just fell on your face anyway. Menma said with a laugh. For an 8-year-old, Menma had quite the god complex. Naruto just stood up, grabbed the shuriken on the ground and walked away. Menma was too busy to notice as his parents told him to come back inside. Naruto walked around the Hokage rock for an hour before moving on to the forest to try and find his new acquaintance. Mr. Kuma. Where are you? He yelled. All of a sudden there was a gust of wind from behind him and a shadow appeared on Naruto. Hello Naruto. Kuma said from behind the boy. Wow Mr. Kuma, you're really fast. Naruto said. Thank you, it has to do with my transformation. Kuma said. Your what? Naruto asked. Kuma sighed. I am slowly being turned into a mindless weapon for the world government, he said as he sat down. A weapon, Naruto asked. Yes, they want to make me a cyborg that they can control. Kuma said. Why did you agree to that? And who's this world government asshole? Naruto demanded. The world government is the ruler of the world. They control the crime, the money, everything. Why I agreed is because it allows me to learn things. Kuma said. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Naruto, what I'm about to say to you must never be revealed to anyone. Kuma said. Yes, Mr. Kuma. Naruto said. First just call me Kuma. The reason that I agreed is because I am a part of a group known as the Revolutionary Army. We are trying to liberate the world of the world government. I agreed so that I can learn the secrets of the world government and send them back to a man known as Dragon. Kuma said. So you agreed to become a mindless weapon so you could help the world, then hell destroy it once you're gone? Naruto said. Kuma laughed at that. I guess you could say it wasn't the smartest of ideas. But before I do, I want to help you. You see, there is a third party in our world besides the revolutionaries and the government. Kuma said. We have the pirates. The people who are truly free, and there are crews that have made quite the name for themselves. In a few weeks I want to send you there. That is, after I teach you some things. Kuma said. Like what? Naruto asked. Like how the outside world works, how to fight, things like that. Kuma said. Let's get started. A few days later. Naruto. Iruka yelled. Where have you been? You skipped 3 days of class. The scarred ninja yelled. Sorry Iruka-sensei, I was attending a different kind of class. Naruto said. What are you talking about, this is the only class you have. Iruka yelled. It was currently after school ended and Naruto was in detention. I met a man from the outside world that is teaching me. Naruto said. This puzzled Iruka, since the only people to acknowledge the boy were himself and Itachi. Who is this man, and can I meet him? Iruka asked. Sure, I was supposed to meet him today anyway. Naruto said as he jumped out of his seat and out the door. Iruka followed Naruto, but was deep in thought. Who could Naruto have met? And what does he mean the outside world? Naruto stopped in the middle of the forest. Naruto, what are you, Mr. Kuma? I'm back, and I brought Iruka-sensei with me. Naruto yelled. Suddenly a gust of wind flowed and a giant of a man appeared in front of them. Hello, Naruto. Nice to meet you, Iruka. Kuma said. Iruka pulled out a kunai and held it in front of himself. Who are you and what do you want with Naruto? Iruka demanded. I only want to help young Naruto out. I plan to help him escape this hell that he lives in. I do thank you for caring about him though. Kuma said. Iruka lowered his kunai. Naruto said that you have been teaching him. Is this true? He asked the tall man. Yes, but not of ninja things, but on how the world past the elemental nations works. I have also helped him train and started him on a training regime. Kuma said. What do you mean, there is no land past the ocean? Iruka yelled. How would you know, you never made it past the calm belt? Kuma said. The what? Iruka yelled. It is the part of the ocean that has no currents or wind. It makes it nearly impossible to travel through. Kuma said. Iruka looked dumbfounded. So there are other lands past the ocean. Amazing. Iruka said. Yes, it must be for someone who grew up knowing the whole world. Kuma said. So you only are training his speed and strength? Iruka asked. Yes, I want to make him strong for the world he will enter. Kuma said. But I can't teach him anything about being a ninja, I will leave that to you and this Itachi he told me about. Kuma said. For a few hours Naruto trained with both his friends to become stronger. Laughter is what awaited Naruto when he arrived back home. Another dinner without me and they don't even notice. Naruto said as he entered his home. So then I said it, I created it. Haha. Is what Naruto heard as he went up the stairs to his room. Boom. Oh Naruto, why are you up here? Shouldn't you be downstairs with the rest of the family? His mom asked after they both stood up from where they collided. I ate already. Naruto said in his cold demeanor before going into his room. Kushina walked back to the table and sat down with a frown. Minato looked over to his wife and saw her frown. You know, if you keep your face like that, it will freeze that way. He said with a smile. I know, it's just that Naruto has been really cold to us recently, I don't know what to do. Kushina said to the table. The people around it consisted of Jiraiya, Minato, Tsunade, Menma, Narumi and Kakashi. Weird. Jiraiya said. I know, I will start his training tomorrow. That should cheer him up if he's upset over something. Minato said. The twins looked overjoyed that their loser brother was going to get training from their dad. Oh well, we can always beat the snot out of him if he gets too cocky. They both thought at the same time. Hey Naruto, you in there? Minato asked as he knocked on his son's door. What do you want, father? Naruto asked as he opened his door. Oh, I was going to tell you to rest up because I'm going to start to train you tomorrow. Minato said with a smile. I am busy. Naruto said. What do you mean you're busy? You always want to train with your siblings. Minato said. I am busy. Good night. Naruto said as he slammed the door. Minato was shocked. His son openly told him he didn't want his training. Minato then walked back downstairs and rejoined the table. So how'd it go? Kushina asked. He said that he was busy, then he slammed the door in my face. Minato said. What a rude boy. Tsunade said. We didn't raise him to be like that. Minato said. Kakashi looked up from his book. He started before going back to his book. What is it, Kakashi, something you think might help with Naruto? Tsunade asked. Well, I just want to say that Naruto has turned out pretty well, considering. He said. Considering what? Minato asked, a bit pissed. It's not my place to say. Kakashi said. What are you trying to say, Kakashi? Kushina asked, a bit pissed too. Ask Iruka or Itachi, that's all I'm saying. He said before leaving. I got to go, I've got a mission in the morning. He said. This left the rest of the room confused. Any idea on what Kakashi was talking about? Minato asked. Nope. Was the final answer of the group. Well, let's figure it out later, it is getting late. Meanwhile, Naruto was having a much different conversation. Hello brat. It seems that you finally have come to talk to me. Oh, how great a day this is. Kyuubi said with an eye roll. Where are you, Fox? Naruto said coldly. Why, I am everywhere, since my existence has been stuck inside of you, brat. My body can't reform, so I guess I am a spirit. One that haunts your very being. The fox spirit said. Why have you come here? It asked. Well, I figured that I should bring a gift basket since I have been such a bad host. Naruto said sarcastically. Haha, wow brat, that was good. What do you really want though? The Kyuubi asked. Are you a dude or a chick? Naruto asked, stunning the fox spirit. Been a while since anyone asked that question. I guess you could say that I am a male, but without a body I am just in it. But I do have a name, Kurama. Kurama said. Why are you so calm? Naruto asked. Suddenly a fox head, about the size of a pillow, appeared. Damn, I thought I had collected more. Kurama said. What did you do? I thought you couldn't reform your body. Naruto asked. I couldn't remake my body out of my chakra as it was sealed in your siblings. So I have slowly over the years stealing part of your chakra and making it mine. It won't kill you, it's actually making you have more chakra since your body is in need of compensation. Kurama said. Alright then, so why don't you sound super pissed off at the moment? Naruto asked. My chakra was full of hatred and with it being separated from me, I no longer have that much hatred, only resentment for the world. Also at some point I should become free and be the size of a regular fox until your siblings die, so you shall have a fox companion at some point. Kurama said, shocking Naruto. So since you don't have your original chakra, you should be fine. Naruto asked to clarify. Yep. Naruto's sweat dropped. Alright, so what should I do with my family? Naruto asked. You plan on leaving, right? Then say screw you and never look back. Find a family that will love you and protect you, just as you will love and protect them. Kurama said. Thanks for the help, Kyuubi. Naruto said before turning around to leave. Do you hate me? Kurama asked. I cannot say that I do, it is only my parents' fault for being assholes to me and raising my siblings to be even bigger arrogant assholes. Naruto said before leaving Kurama with a sad smile. Thank you, Naruto. Kurama said before Naruto drifted off to sleep. Ah, Naruto, how are you? Are things getting better with your parents? Itachi asked as Naruto sat down with him in the training field. No, but I have met someone else who treats me like a person. Naruto said. Good for you. So what did you want to talk about? Itachi asked. I want you to train me in ninjutsu. My friend and Iruka are teaching me everything else, but I want to learn ninjutsu. Naruto said. Itachi thought about it for a while before saying, I will, but I want you to learn Taijutsu and a weapon. Itachi said. I can do that. Naruto said with a smile. After being abandoned for a few years, Naruto had matured very much from his young self. Good, then I want you to find a weapon and a teacher before I teach you anything. Itachi said before walking back to his house. Naruto was in thought of where to find a weapon and a teacher. Maybe if I walk around town I can find something. He said before walking off. Huh. Itachi sighed. What's wrong, Itachi? Came a voice from his door. He turned around and saw his girlfriend, a civilian named Am. It's Naruto Am, I think he may be thinking about leaving the Leaf. Itachi said. Well, can you blame him, the whole village has all but forgotten him, especially his family. She said as she hugged the red-eyed man. I know, but I just wish there was more that I could do for him. Itachi said before they walked into their kitchen. Back with Naruto to, where to find a weapon shop. He asked himself before turning and finding a shop called the Hidden Kunai. I bet that will sell me weapons. He said before walking in. It had been a long day for Tenten. She had survived training with her team and did a few missions, but she had to work and was dead tired. She currently was sleeping on the counter. That's how Naruto found the twin bun-haired girl. "Hey, miss, wake up," Naruto said as he poked her side a few times. "Mm," she moaned. "Oh, what time is it?" she asked. "It's about 4 p.m. Naruto said. "Ah. I fell asleep again," she yelled. Yeah, do you sell weapons here?" Naruto asked. Yeah, sorry, I had a long day of training," Tenten said. "Wait, are you a ninja?" Naruto asked. "Yep, just became one. I'm Tenten, future weapons mistress of Konoha," she said with a smile and flashed a peace sign. "Do you know anyone that could teach me taijutsu?" he asked. Well, I could ask Guy sensei, he's my sensei and is very strong in taijutsu," Tenten said. "Thank you," Naruto immediately said. "Why yeah. Hey wait, didn't you want to buy a weapon? And you didn't tell me your name," she said, making Naruto blush. "Oh, right, sorry. I'm Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki, but I don't like being affiliated with either of those names," Naruto said, shocking Tenten. How many times had a direct descendant of a Hokage walked into the weapons shop while Tenten had been on the job? Never. "Honorable son, I am so sorry for my rudeness," Tenten said. "Don't Tenten, I hate my family, I don't want to be affiliated with them, I just want to be Naruto and eventually leave this village," he said, shocking the girl once again. "You hate your parents. Why?" she asked. "They abandoned me for my siblings, never giving me the time of day. All they care about are training their saviors, not the loser of the bunch," Naruto said with a frown. "Come on Naruto, of course they love you, they have to have done something to show you this," Tenten said. "Nope, at least not in the last 4 years. They even forget about me during meals and when they lock the door at night," Naruto said. "I'm sorry, I didn't know," Tenten said, a teardrop falling down her face. "No, don't be sorry, it's not your fault that they are assholes. I could care less about them. I just want training so when I leave this village I can fend for myself," Naruto said. "Alright, I guess I will talk with my sensei, but I don't like that you plan on leaving," Tenten said. "You'd be the third," Naruto said. "What do you mean, the third? The third what?" Tenten asked. "The third person to not want me to leave," Naruto said. "You only have 3 people that care about you?" Tenten asked. "Yep. Anyway, let's talk about other things, like what weapon would be best for me," Naruto said, trying to change the subject as quickly as possible. Tenten said, taking a good look at Naruto. "You're a bit on the short side, so either a sword or a close combat weapon," she said as she took him through the aisles. "See anything you like?" she asked. Naruto looked around. Sword, halberd, sword, sling, staff, sword, wait, what's that?" Naruto approached 2 weapons. Commas, interesting choice," Tenten said. "Alright, I will grab a few more things for you, since we don't have a comma specialist, you will need a book on the basics. And if you want to leave the village, you will need a book on crafting kunai and shuriken," Tenten said as she grabbed the books. "Thanks a lot for this Tenten, it really means a lot to me," Naruto said as he paid for his supplies. "Well, I can't let my knuckleheaded new friend die out there in the world," she said as she handed him his supplies. "See ya Tenten, oh and if I'm not at my house, try Iruka's," Naruto said with a wave. The next day, Naruto was training with Kuma. "Man, this is tiring, is this how you got so strong?" Naruto asked. "Yes, but my devil fruit also gave me certain abilities," Kuma said. "Devil fruit?" Naruto asked. "Yes, a devil fruit gives the eater of the fruit a strange ability that they can master and adapt to their own fighting style," Kuma said. "What did you eat?" Naruto asked. "I ate what is known as the pawpaw fruit, that is why I wear these gloves," Kuma said holding out his hands. "Can repel anything," Kuma said. "Wow, that's so cool, I want to find a devil fruit," Naruto said excitedly. "If you do, be careful, you will lose your butter. Click. "Hello?" Kuma asked to his transponder snail. Naruto just looked at Kuma in wonder as he talked to his snail. "Hello, Kuma, is that you?" said the snail. "It talks," Naruto yelled. "Yes. Now what do you want?" Kuma asked. The two went on in conversation for quite some time before Kuma hung up. "What was that about?" Naruto asked. "I have been recalled Naruto. I must leave immediately," Kuma said, pocketing the snail. "But what about training me and helping me escape?" Naruto asked. "I'm sorry Naruto. But this is of major importance. If I could, I would take you with me, but that would lead to many questions. But, I will come back at some point and I will bring you out to the world. Now, I thought something like this might happen, so I made a book for you and it looks just like mine, it will tell you everything that I have compiled from my years of experience." Now, I must go Naruto, but train well, so that by the time I come back, you can become great in the world. Kuma said, before taking off his glove. What are planning on doing, Kuma? Naruto asked after being handed the book. I will show you my power. Kuma said. This is goodbye Naruto and cheers to seeing each other again. Kuma said, raising his hand, showing off his paw. What is that? Naruto asked. That is my paw from my power, now, goodbye my friend. Kuma said before hitting himself and disappearing. Goodbye, my friend. It had been a year since Kuma had left Naruto to train. Naruto was in his second to last year at the academy and had only made 3 more friends. One Shino Aburam, Might Guy, Tenten Sensei, and Tenten's teammate Rock Lee. Naruto's family had gotten worse, totally forgetting about him. He got locked in his house when his parents went to meet the Kazekage for 3 days, along with Narumi and Menma. Finally, disabled the locking seal. He said as he opened his front door. Man, I'm starved. He said. His parents also got rid of most of the food in the house. Well, I can't go train on an empty stomach. Where to go to eat? He asked himself. Naruto. The blonde suddenly heard. I'm in trouble. Naruto said as he turned to look for the voice. You idiot. Someone yelled as they piled drive Naruto into the ground. Sorry guy. Naruto said as he slowly got up. Where have you been for the past 3 days? He yelled. My parents locked me in the house when they left with my siblings to Suna. Naruto said. Guy was shocked by the unyouthfulness. How unyouthful? He screamed. Yeah, the bastards thought to get rid of most the food too. He said, rubbing his stomach. Let's get you some food then. Guy said with his nice guy pose. Thank God Lee isn't here. I don't think I can handle that genjutsu. Me either man. Kurama added in. Over the past year Naruto and Kurama grew much closer, much like brothers or a father and son. Kurama was also very close to finishing his body. He just didn't want to tell Naruto. That sounds really good guy. Naruto said as they went to Guy's apartment. So they locked you in the house huh? I am sorry Naruto, I thought them better than that. Guy said. It's okay, I hate my family even more now, but I don't let hate control me. Naruto said in the middle of eating. That is good. I hope one day that you find happiness. Now, let's forget these thoughts and go experience the SRPING time of youth. Guy yelled as he grabbed Naruto and sprinted out the door. We must train to get rid of the unyouthfulness. Guy yelled. The two trained for another 3 hours, just till the sun started to set. Man, Guy's workout suck. Naruto said. Guy had indeed jumped at the offer to train Naruto, especially after what he had heard his family went through. He even stopped Naruto from killing himself when the pain got too much. You idiot. Guy yelled as he slammed Naruto into the ground. You think that killing yourself, Naruto, what has happened to you, is terrible, I will say that, but the few people that support you would also die if you were to end your life. You have lived a life of pain and suffering, not many can say that has happened. But you know what's different about you? You survived and grew stronger with each day. And I believe that your true power is when you have your precious people to protect and I want to protect you until you decide that you will leave this village. Guy said, comforting Naruto. Thank you Guy. Naruto said. After that, Guy had started to train Naruto in the Okinawa style of martial arts and luckily for Naruto, Okinawa focused on weapons along with Taijutsu. He got through the style like a bird in the sky and Naruto was near his training with his style. All he really wanted to do now was make his own style based on his original one. Man what a day. First I get stuck in my house for 3 days, then I get slammed in the ground for 3 hours. He said with a laugh. Suddenly he heard his front door open up. Ah, it's good to be home. He heard his dad say. He quickly hid in his room and waited for his family to eat dinner before coming out. They still don't remember me, after 5 years, they don't care about the oldest. He thought as he walked down the stairs. Even on my birthday. Naruto said to himself as he opened the front door. Ever since his siblings were born, no one knew what day his birthday was, besides Iruka. Iruka only knew because Naruto's birthday was inputted into the school records. Naruto also advanced dramatically in ninjutsu, learning that his main element was water and had a sub-element in earth. Itachi did force Naruto to learn at least 3 elemental attacks from the other 3 elements though, to make sure that Naruto was prepared. I wonder how Kuma is doing and when he will be back. Naruto said to himself. Just wait kid, he will be back soon. Oh, and I have something for your birthday, you just need to go to sleep. Kurama said. Alright Kurama, thanks. Naruto said. He currently was on the roof of the Namikaze estate, so no one would look at him weirdly for talking to himself. Well, I have nothing better to do, might as well go to sleep if I can. Naruto said with a chuckle. He had developed insomnia and narcolepsy, but had trained himself to fight mid-sleep in case he passed out in a fight. So, how are things Kakashi? Minato asked. Things are good, had some good missions, have a pretty good life, followed Naruto around for a little bit. Kakashi said. Even though he didn't really like the kid, he did wonder what went on with his life since he was never around during his visits to the compound. Why would you do that? Naruto is the most boring person I know of. Minato said. Kakashi's sweat dropped. You're not serious, are you? Kakashi asked. No, I'm dead serious. Minato said, a bit confused. Why do you say that? He asked. Just do what I said last year and talk to Iruka or Itachi. He said. Naruto was currently meditating in his room, trying to get to his mindscape. Pop. Finally. He said as he opened his eyes to see the cave that was his mind. There were crystals placed throughout the cave that glowed slightly, giving the cave an eerie feeling to it. There was one large crystal jutting out of the center of his mind, and on top of it sat Kurama, in his new form. Hey kid, like my new look? Kurama asked, shocking Naruto. Kurama was now roughly the size of a wolf and was no longer pure red like the pictures of him portrayed him. He had streaks of black and white going through his body, and he had a tail of power. Wow, you finished a lot faster than I thought you would. Naruto said. Well, remember that week you were in the hospital? Kurama asked. Yeah, was that you? Naruto asked. Partially, you also had the flu, so I used that to sap your chakra, making that failure of a godmother of yours to believe it was a new type of disease that sapped the chakra paths and caused flu-like symptoms. Kurama said with a foxy smile. Wow, you really are annoying sometimes. Naruto said, causing the fox to fall off the crystal. Anyway, what did you want to show me for my birthday? Naruto said. Ah yes that, well I finally got in contact with some friends and they sent me the fox summoning scroll. I want you to sign it. Kurama said, grabbing the scroll with his tail. Wow Kurama, are you sure? Naruto asked. Yes, no one has come around like you in a long time Naruto. Kurama said. Okay, so how do we do this? Naruto asked as he opened up the scroll. Sign it with your blood. Then do the seals that are shown on the bottom. Kurama said, pointing to the scroll. So how will I get the scroll out of my mind? Naruto asked as he signed it. Once you are done, you will be able to summon the scroll whenever you want. Kurama said. Okay, done. Now let's look at the hand signs. Naruto said. Wait, don't do it here, do it outside and put only a little chakra in so that you get a young fox, not a giant. Kurama said. Naruto shook his head before he started to fade. Okay, let's see if I remember, bear, ox, toad, rabbit, dragon. Naruto yelled as he slammed his hand into the floor of his room. It didn't work Kurama. Naruto said. Of course not, you didn't add your blood. Kurama said. Naruto face palmed. Alright, then let's try again. He said before biting his thumb and going through the seals again. Summoning jutsu. He yelled as he summoned a small silver fox. Hey ah man, where am I? The fox said with a yawn. I summoned you, Kurama gave me the fox contract. Naruto said. Cool, I will tell the elders. Oh and if you want to summon us, we tend to ask for stuff in return. He said before curling back up. Bye. He said before exploding into smoke. Okay then, that was interesting. Naruto said. Yeah, the foxes are a bit quirky. Kurama said. So what should I offer them in return for their help? Naruto asked. Well, if you play pranks or give them ideas, then you should be fine. Kurama said, causing Naruto to smirk. Even though he never went through with them, Naruto had come up with many pranks in his isolation. I can do that. Naruto said. Well, I might as well practice since I'm probably not going to sleep anytime soon. He said before leaving through his window. The next day, Naruto was eating lunch with his friend Shino. So, find any cool bugs recently? He asked. Nope. Shino said. Ring 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 ring. Welp, here's the bell, might as well go and get a good nap out of class today. Naruto said, standing up. Let's go. Shino said. After 2 hours of class, Naruto trained with Guy, Lee and Tenten for a few hours. By the time he was done, the sun was setting and Naruto was on his way home when something came flying at him. Luckily for Naruto, he had enhanced senses from his training with Guy. What the hell was that? He asked to himself. What he didn't see was a paw-shaped crater. Oh well, I thunk. Ow, damn it. Where the hell did this crater come from? He asked to himself. He looked down and saw that it was in the shape of a paw. Kuma. He said before scrambling to stand up. Naruto looked around and saw a piece of paper stuck to his foot from when he tripped. Let's see what Kuma sent. Naruto said as he pulled up the paper. I got to go. He said before running to his house. After slamming his door and running up to his room, he grabbed all his supplies and packed them in a backpack before sealing them in a scroll. Let's see, shuriken, books on making shinobi weapons, kit for making shinobi weapons, emergency supplies, clothes, some money, well, probably won't need that, storage scrolls, and scroll containing all my notes. He said, listing off all his supplies. Alright, ready to go. He said before pocketing the scrolls and leaving his room. What he didn't know was that he dropped Kuma's message. Man, I hate paperwork. Minato said as he finished looking over a new law that the civilians wanted to pass. Finally, time to go home. He said as he exited his office. He felt like walking today, so he made his way home by foot. As he turned the corner, he got ran over by another yellow-haired person. Naruto, he yelled, causing his son to stop mid-track. What? He asked. What are you doing here? It's time for dinner. Minato said. What I am doing is none of your business. He said coldly before he started to walk off. Hey, you can't talk to me that way. Minato said to his son. Watch me. Naruto said as he continued walking. Minato threw one of his special kunai next to Naruto and appeared next to his son. You were grounded and wherever you were going is now home. And you will go home now or I will Hiraishin you home. Minato said. Naruto didn't move. Alright, we are going home now. He said firmly as he grabbed Naruto and activated his seal. Kushina just set the table when Minato and Naruto Hiraishined into the living room. Oh, Minato, Naruto, what's going on? Kushina asked. I was coming home and Naruto ran into me, didn't apologize, then became rude and blunt when I asked him where he was going. I then told him to come home, only for him not to move, so I Hiraishined us here. Minato said. Naruto, go to your room, you are not getting dinner. Minato said. I think that is a fair punishment and you're grounded for the weekend. Kushina said, a bit angry at her son. If Naruto was upset, he didn't let them show it as he made his way up to his room. Haha, the idiot got punished. He heard from his sister Narumi. Don't care. He said as he closed his door and locked it with a seal. This will set us back for about a half hour, but I think we can make it. Naruto said as he opened his window. Goodbye cruel family, I hope lightning and rock spill your guts. He said as he hopped out the window. Naruto started to run as he had little time to make it to his destination. Kurama, would it be bad if I summoned a fox to give me a lift? He asked. Yes. Only summon them for council, training and fighting, foxes are insulted by becoming rides. Kurama said. Then I guess I better hurry. Naruto said as he set out with a renewed vigor. After dinner, Minato and Kushina were doing the dishes. I think I will go talk to Naruto about his behavior today. Minato said as he finished drying a pot. Well, don't be too hard on him, we did punish him a lot. Kushina said. Minato nodded before walking to his son's room. Naruto, can I come in? He asked before knocking on the door. He got no answer. Naruto? He asked again. He still got no reply. Weird, maybe he's asleep. He said before trying to open the door. It's locked, weird. He said before pulling out his key. He better have a good reason for this. He said as he tried to put the key in the door, only for the key to hit a barrier. What the? He said somewhat loudly. Is something wrong, dear? He heard Kushina ask. Kushina, come up here, now. He said. Kushina rushed up the stairs to see her husband studying the doorknob of their son's room. What's the matter? She asked. Naruto's door is locked with a seal. He said as he tried to break the seal. A seal? Kushina asked. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Minato said. Naruto, are you in there making noise? Kushina yelled. She got no answer. Let this door open now. She yelled. Luckily, Menma and Narumi were at their friends for sleepovers. I got an idea. Minato said. Boom. Minato broke the door with a Rasengan. Naruto, where are you? He yelled. As he stepped into his son's room, Minato took notice of everything he could to see if there were any clues to his son's room being locked. What shocked him was how barren his son's room was. Kushina, take a look at this. Minato said. Kushina stepped into their son's room and was shocked by what she saw. But so barren. She said. All there was in his room was a bed, a nightstand with a lamp, white walls, an open window, and a bookshelf with only a few books on it. When was the last time you went into Naruto's room? Kushina asked. It was I can't remember. He said, shocked that he couldn't remember going into his son's room at any point in time. Me either. Kushina yelled. They scoured the room looking for any evidence to what happened to their son. Have you found anything? Kushina asked. No, I haven't. What if there's what's that? Minato suddenly said as he pointed at a piece of paper sticking out from under the door. Kushina hurried over to the paper and picked it up. After quickly reading it, Kushina ran to their room. Minato picked it up and read it. Naruto, I am only in the elemental nations till midnight, hurry if you still want to go. I am at the coast of the land of fire, across from me is the ocean, then an island known as the land of waves. Kuma? Who is this Kuma and how does he know Naruto? Minato thought as he ran to his room to grab his shinobi clothes. We need to call in the Anbu tracking corps. Kushina said. On it. He said as he reached under his nightstand and pushed a button. The button was a distress call that went straight to the Anbu headquarters. Within 5 minutes, the Namikaze compound was swarming with Anbu. What happened, Minato-sensei? Kakashi asked. Naruto has run away to go meet with someone named Kuma. We need to catch him before he leaves our borders. This man is still in the land of fire but is across from the land of waves. We must hurry. We are also joining the search and call for Itachi to join us. Minato said before he and Kushina left their home. After grabbing Itachi, the Anbu set out to find the missing blonde. Naruto, I hope you know what you are doing. Itachi thought as he searched from the sky on a large crow. Land of waves, then maybe they are trying to get to Kiri. He said to himself. Back with Kakashi and the Namikaze's packin', smell these. Kakashi said, handing the pug the note and a piece of Naruto's clothing. This note smells of metal and leather, with a bit of blood. I think I can track it when we get close enough, and Naruto smells of sweat, fox, and metal. Packin said before jumping into the trees, getting a lead on Naruto. He went this way. Packin said. Hold on Naruto, if this man has you under Jinjutsu, then we will save you. Kushina said. Right. Minato said. Back with Naruto. Alright, so, it seems we are almost to the border. Naruto said to himself. Better keep moving, don't want what Naruto? Said a voice behind him. Naruto whirled around to see his brother figure Itachi standing there. Don't want this exact thing to happen. Naruto said. Naruto, come with me, you are going to a stanger that more than likely has you under a Jinjutsu of him being a friend. Itachi said. No, this is the path that I shall take, I don't ever want to go back. Naruto said. Itachi sighed. I feared something like this might happen. Itachi said, putting a hand into his pocket. Your family forced you into doing this, didn't they? He asked. I stopped thinking of them as family long ago, and you can't stop me. Naruto said. I don't plan on it. Itachi said as he chucked something at Naruto. Don't say I never gave you anything, you little pain. Itachi said with a smile as he hopped back into the trees. Naruto grabbed what appeared to be a scroll. Thank you, my brother. Naruto said, pocketing the scroll and took off running. In the trees, Itachi had a single tear going down his face. He quickly took out a kunai, stabbed his leg, and waited for 10 minutes before touching the Hiraishin seal on his arm, alerting the Namikazes. Kushina, Itachi turned on his seal, grab on. Minato said, before shining both of them to Itachi. Itachi, what happened? Kushina asked. Naruto, got me in the leg, he went that way. Itachi said, pointing in the direction of the border. The Namikazes looked at each other and started to sprint in Naruto's direction, leaving Itachi alone. I said I wouldn't go after you Naruto, I never said anything about helping them. Itachi said with a small smirk before healing his leg and limping home. Good luck, my brother. Kuma. Where are you? Naruto yelled. He got no answer. Kuma. He yelled again. Naruto. There you are. Came another voice from behind him. Great, just what I want to deal with. Naruto said. There stood Kushina and Minato. Come on Naruto, the man you were in contact could be anywhere, we must hurry if we are to get you safe. Minato said. Like I care what you say. Naruto said. I get it now, you are having a rebellious phase aren't you? Minato said. That must be why you were so rude. Well it doesn't matter, we can just ration him home. Minato said before jumping towards Naruto. Naruto just smirked. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Naruto said before slamming his fist into his dad's stomach. Do you feel it, the pain? Naruto whispered into his dad's ear. Naruto. Kushina yelled. Aw, go suck on a salt lick. Naruto said as he walked away from his dad. Do you really think it was that easy to defeat me? He heard a voice from behind him say. Naruto turned around to see his dad standing and having no look of pain on his face. Clone Jutsu, congratulations, you're so achieved. Naruto said sarcastically. Naruto, why are you acting like this? We are your parents. Kushina yelled. Because you caused him pain that no one should undergo. Came a voice from behind the two of them. Hello Kuma. You are the one that corrupted my son. Kushina said before unleashing her chakra chains on the large man. You seem to think this was my fault, you have yet to look for the real monsters. Kuma said, appearing next to Naruto. What do you mean? Naruto, what is this man talking about? Minato demanded. I'd rather not tell you, but I do just so I can spite you. You abandoned me for Menma and Narumi, who you spoiled rotten. I grew up at an alarming rate and had so much pain and anger that you caused. Naruto said as he dodged an attack from Kushina. Naruto, you must be under a Jinjutsu, you aren't thinking straight. Kushina said. Nope, I'm not, you and Minato are just terrible parents, and so, I met Kuma here, who agreed to show me the world outside the elemental nations. Naruto said. This has gone on long enough, you are coming with us, whether you like it or not. Minato yelled as he charged a Rasengan. I don't think so. Kuma said as he appeared behind Minato and Kushina. Goodbye. Kuma said as he hit them with his paws. Did you just erase them? Naruto asked. No, I sent them home. Now, do you have everything? Kuma asked. Yep, it's good to see you again, Kuma. Naruto said. You too, Naruto. Now before we go, I have something I have to tell you. Kuma said. I can't come with you. I will soon be turned all the way into what is now known as a pacifista. I can send you, but I won't come with you, and if you see me again, I may have no memory of you. Kuma said. Naruto looked shocked. So everything that has happened between us, it will be erased from your mind. Naruto said. Yes, and so, I have a few things to give you before you go. He said. He took off his hat and put it on Naruto. When I die, place this on whatever memorial you want. I also want you to have my book. Kuma said, handing him a book that said Bible. Thank you, Kuma, I won't ever forget you. Naruto said. Alright, I want you to find a crew that makes you a part of their family and defend them to your last breath, do you understand? Kuma asked. Yep. Naruto said. Then I wish you a great journey, Kuma said before hitting Naruto with his paw, my friend. How long have I been flying? Naruto thought. He had woken up in a strange paw-shaped bubble that appeared to be flying over a vast ocean. I think it's been about 3 days. Kurama yawned. He too had fallen asleep once they set out on their strange voyage. Hey, I think I see a boom. Naruto slammed into a building. Ouch. Naruto said. Walk it off, if we don't get moving the Marines will be on us soon. Kurama said. The who? Naruto said as he stood up. Don't you remember anything from Kuma's book? Kurama yelled. Marines, oh yeah crap. Naruto said as he began to run. As he turned the corner, he ran straight into a man. Ouch. Naruto said. Watch it kid, I have to get to that explosion, we may be under attack. Yelled a man with gray hair and 2 cigars in his mouth. Sorry, I'm new in town, are there any good places for food around here? Naruto asked. There's an old bar down the street and through an alley, there's a green curtain with a skull and crossbones on it, go through it and you'll end up at the bar. The man said before running off. Thanks. Naruto yelled to the man before following the man's directions. Let's see, skull and crossbones, skull eye and crossbones. Naruto said as he looked for the curtain. Ah, there it is. Naruto said before walking through the curtain. To the Eternal Pirate King. Naruto heard. Hello, anyone here? Naruto said as he walked in. He then noticed an old man and a teen with a straw hat having a toast. Oh sorry, I'll come back in a few minutes. Naruto said as he turned around. Nonsense kid, pull up a stool and join us in our toast to the Pirate King. The old man said as he poured another glass of milk. Naruto walked over and sat down with them. I'm sorry, but I don't know who the Pirate King was. Naruto said, shocking the other two. How could you not know? The teen with the straw hat yelled. I come from a group of countries that had no idea of the outside world, so none of us knew of any of this world. Naruto said. Wow, where's your home then, if you are here, it must be far away. The old man said. I will never call that place my home. Naruto said coldly. The old man decided to drop the subject, but the other customer didn't catch the hint. Why's that? Didn't you have any friends or family? He asked. I'd rather not talk about it. Naruto said, drinking his milk. Can I get some food to go? I haven't eaten in about 3 days. Naruto said. The old man grabbed a plate and handed it to Naruto. Thanks. He said before walking out of the bar. Was it something I said? The teen asked. Man, that guy was dense. Naruto said. Well, he was curious, many people tend to be dense about some things, his is just feelings. Kurama said. Oh, weird. Naruto said as he wandered around the town. I wonder why there aren't a whole lot of pirates around here. Naruto said out loud. That'd be because of me kid. Said a voice from behind him. Naruto turned around and saw it was the gray-haired guy from before. Oh it's you, thanks for the directions earlier, I didn't want to have to go through my rations. Naruto said to the man. Welcome, that's what a marine does kid, or are there no marines from where you come from? The man asked. Nope, we have our own police force. Naruto said before turning away. If you need anything ask for Captain Smoker at one of the HQs. Smoker said. Okay, thank you Smoker. Naruto said before going on his way. So Kurama, how do I summon you from my mind? Naruto asked. Just put a bit of chakra into your jutsu and think of me. Kurama said. Naruto turned into an alley and started going through the hand signs. Summoning jutsu, Kurama. Naruto said, summoning his tenant. Woo-oh. It's good to be free, finally. Kurama said. Come on Kurama, and don't talk, just use the mental link, we don't want to scare the normal people more than you already will. Naruto said before leaving the alley, Kurama in tow. Man, this place is big. Naruto said. Wonder who the Pirate King was. Naruto thought. I believe Kuma mentioned him. Apparently he found a treasure known as the One Piece, and after the Marines captured him, he announced that he left it all in one place, you just have to find it. This caused a lot of people to head out to sea as pirates. That's all I can remember. Kurama said through the link. Oh, I forgot about Itachi's scroll he gave me. Naruto said as he reached into his pocket. Let's see, storage scroll, kunai, ah there it is. Naruto said, pulling out a black scroll with the Uchiha crest on it. Let's see here, oh, it's a list of jutsus Itachi wanted to teach me. Let's start with the shadow clone jutsu, Naruto said. A few hours later Naruto had finished learning a few of the jutsus on the list. Suddenly, Naruto heard a lot of shouting from beyond an alley that he was near. Wonder what's going on? Naruto asked himself. Come on Kurama. He shouted as he ran to the alley. After getting through the alley, Naruto came upon a large crowd that was around a tall platform that seemed to have two people on it. I believe that's the dense guy up there and he's going to be beheaded. Kurama said. What? Naruto yelled. Screw this, we're helping him. Naruto said as he started to run towards the platform. Grand thrust. Naruto yelled as he went through the hand signs. Naruto slammed his hands into the ground and a great cylinder of stone shot Naruto into the air as he pulled out his kamas. This is the end for you, Straw Hat. Yelled the man holding the sword over Straw Hat's neck. Hey big nose. Naruto yelled, getting the man's attention. What did you call me, brat? The man yelled as he saw Naruto approaching him. You big-nosed freak. Come get some. Naruto yelled as he went through hand seals. Phoenix Fireball Jutsu. He yelled, spitting a barrage of small fireballs at the man. I'm not afraid to kill some kid. Especially since you insulted my nose. The man yelled. Take this. Fox fangs. Naruto yelled and he dug his kamas into the man. You're going to have to do better than that, brat. The man said as pieces of his body started to fly in a circle around Naruto. So, you ate a devil fruit. That just makes this all the more interesting. Naruto said. You have no idea who I am, do you? The man said. Nope, and I don't particularly care. Naruto said. Well you better. I have a 15 million berry bounty boy. So you better prepare to fight to win, for I am, Boogie the Clown. Boogie said. What a lame title. Naruto said as he slammed a fist into Boogie's face. Ah. My nose. Boogie yelled, holding on to his nose. Now, you can leave, or you can stay and get the whopping of a lifetime. Naruto said as it started to rain. Before Boogie could answer, someone shouted, it's the Marines. Boogie grew bug-eyed at that and screamed for his crew to retreat. Hey, can you get this off of me? Said a voice behind Naruto. Naruto turned around and saw it was the Straw Hat guy stuck under a box that held him down. Oh hey yeah, let me help you. Naruto said, quickly helping out the man. Luffy. What happened? Yelled the man. Naruto turned around and got into a fighting stance. A green-haired man and a blonde man ran up to Luffy. What happened? The blonde demanded. This kid saved me. He's really cool, he used those weird weapons and shot fire and punched Boogie in the face. Luffy said. There they are. A Marine yelled. We got to go. Come on. The green-haired guy said. You should join my crew. Luffy said, ignoring the green-haired man. Now's not the time. He yelled at Luffy. If the Marines are after me, sure. Naruto said as they started to run. Meanwhile, back in Konoha. What happened? Minato asked. Naruto. Minato said, suddenly remembering what happened to himself and his wife. Kushina, Kami, where is she? Minato yelled, looking for his wife. Imagine his dog. Came a sound. Minato quickly got up. Kushina. Where are you? He yelled. I said I'm under here. She yelled. Minato looked down to see that he was standing on his wife. Oh, oops, sorry. Minato said as he helped his wife up. What happened to us? Kushina asked. That man used some kind of space-time jutsu. Minato said. But where's Naruto? Kushina asked. He got him. That man got our son. Minato said, causing Kushina to start to cry. Don't worry, we'll find him, eventually. Minato said, consoling his wife. Because he would want to be found. Said a voice sarcastically. Minato and Kushina turned around and saw Iruka standing there. What are you talking about, Iruka? Minato demanded. Let's just say he's gonna be a whole lot happier now that he's gone. Iruka said before sunshined away. What was he talking about, Minato? Kushina asked. I have no idea. Minato said. Back with the Straw Hats. Where's your ship? Naruto asked. It's at the end of the pier. The blonde one said. Alright, I can get us there faster. Naruto said before biting his thumb. Not if I have anything to say about it. Came a voice from above them. Suddenly a white smoke wrapped around Luffy and threw him into the sky. Luffy. The green-haired man yelled. We can't do anything about it now, we have to hurry or this storm would get too bad. The blonde yelled. Luffy can take care of it. The blonde said as they started to run. Suddenly a great whirlwind came and swept them into the air. Ah! All three of them yelled. Boom. The three landed on a ship. Zoro Sanji, a girl called out. Hey Nami. Said one of the men. Where's Luffy? The girl asked. We don't. I'm coming. Someone shouted from above them. They all looked up and saw Luffy falling from the sky. He's up there. The green-haired man said. We got that, yelled a man wearing a bandana. Prepare to set sail. Luffy yelled. Roger. All the people on deck said. Naruto had fallen asleep. So are you joining my crew? Luffy asked. Naruto just drooled a little. Don't fall asleep like that. The blonde yelled before trying to kick Naruto. Naruto just dodged. Luffy, who is this guy? The girl asked. No idea. Luffy said, causing the others to freak out. You didn't ask him. They yelled. Nope, but he's strong and cool. Luffy said with a grin. All the shouting woke Naruto up. Man, you guys are loud. He said. You can't say anything. The girl yelled. Naruto didn't notice. Kurama, where you at? He asked. Kurama. Hello? He asked, causing the others to sweat drop. What's your name, kid? The blonde asked. I'm Naruto, have any of you seen a gray and red fox anywhere? He asked. Nope. Haha. Luffy said. Here I am, kid. Apparently, I have to live here but can go to the summoning world and your world. Kurama said. Oh thank Kami. I was getting worried that we forgot you. Naruto thought. Hey. Kid. Are you gonna join my crew? Luffy asked. What do you think, Kurama? Naruto asked in his mind. I think we should go with them, they seem strong and are nice. Kurama said. Sure, it's not like I can go back to where I came from. Naruto said. Woo. We got a new crew member. Luffy shouted. Naruto, won't your parents miss you? The girl asked. I don't care. Naruto said, his demeanor suddenly getting much more cold. But you have to care, they are your parents. The girl shouted. My family never cared. Naruto said. Naruto, I think you need to tell us what happened. The blonde said. Can I get to know you first, I really don't like to talk about it. Naruto said. Sure. The blonde said. So I am Sanji, the cook of this ship. Sanji said. I'm Nami, I navigate the ship. Nami said. I'm Zoro, I cut stuff for Luffy. Zoro said before yawning. I am the great Captain Usopp. I have sailed the 7 seas and I have had a crew of over 8,000 people. Remind me to tell you of the time that I fought the Sea Kings of the Calm Belt. Usopp said. Right, Naruto said. I'm Monkey D. Luffy, captain of the crew, I ate the gum fruit. Luffy said. So, you're what exactly? Naruto asked. I'm a rubber man. Luffy said as he pulled his mouth open to a size that no one should be able to do. Wow, okay. So, my name is Naruto. Formerly, Namikaze Uzumaki. I ran away from home and I feel I can trust you, I will tell you why. Oh, here's a big thing, I have a demon soul sealed in me. Naruto said. Cool. Can we meet him, Luffy asked. Sure. Naruto said, causing the others to freak out. You can't just ask that. They yelled. Summoning jutsu. Naruto yelled before Kurama appeared. Yo. He said. Aya. Nami and Usopp yelled, freaking out over the random fox that appeared. I thought he'd be bigger. Zoro said. You don't look all that scary, but I'll protect you, Nami Swan. Sanji yelled. Well, you sure know how to pick them, Naruto. Kurama said, causing Luffy and Naruto to start laughing. So, what's your guys' plan? Naruto asked. I'm going to become the king of the pirates. Luffy yelled. Cool. Naruto said with a smile. What's your dream, Naruto? Nami asked. I want a family, one that will love me and protect me and one that I will protect with my life. Naruto said. That's a really good dream. Luffy said. Thanks, I've wanted that since I could remember. He said. Everyone besides Luffy, who was thinking of the new crew member, thought, what happened to this kid that made him like this? Well, since you joined my crew, that means that you are our friend and we always defend and protect each other, no matter what. Luffy said. Thanks Luffy, that means a lot. Naruto said. Okay everyone, let's head to the Grand Line. Luffy shouted yeah. Minato was currently in his office. Around him stood Kushina, Ibiki, Kakashi, Iruka, Itachi, Tsunade, and Jiraiya. So tell me, Iruka, who took Naruto? Minato asked. Iruka and Itachi looked at Minato with a straight face for a total of 3 seconds before Iruka tried to hold in a laugh and Itachi smirked. You are in no position to laugh. Kushina yelled. You all need your heads checked. Iruka said with a snarl. What did you say? Minato asked, narrowing his eyes. I said, you need to get your head checked. Now, if you will excuse me, I need to inform Naruto's few friends that he left. Iruka said, making his way to the door. Flash. Minato was in front of Iruka with a kunai held against his neck. Tell me, everything. Or would you rather spend your time with Ibiki? Minato asked. Sure, at least he never harmed an innocent child. Iruka said with a smirk. I never harmed any of my children. Minato said. That would be lying, Lord Hokage. Iruka said with as much disdain as possible. Iruka was then punched into the wall by a fist of Kushina. How dare you accuse us of lying? She yelled. Iruka stood up, nose bleeding, arm probably broken, but with a menacing smile. Oh, so because you do not believe it, it has to be true? He asked. Minato looked at him then went over to Ibiki. Is he showing any sign of lying? Minato whispered into the interrogator's ear. Ibiki stared at the bloody Chunin. He seems to be telling the truth, at least, he thinks he is. Call in Inoichi. Minato said. I will prove to you that we never harmed our children. Minato said. Iruka looked at Itachi. They both nodded at each other. Technically, you didn't outright hurt him. You just neglected him. To the point of suicide. Itachi said. Minato looked at Itachi. He couldn't have. He was a bit boring and on the antisocial side, but he couldn't have gone suicidal. Minato said. We can prove it. Itachi said. Inoichi walked into the Hokage's office and saw a bloody Iruka. Sir, what happened to Iruka? Inoichi asked. Don't worry about it, Inoichi, I need you to examine a memory of Guy when he arrives. Minato said. A few minutes later, and Guy arrived with Tenten and Lee. What did you call me for, Lord Hokage? Guy asked. Guy, I want Inoichi to examine your memories of Naruto. Minato asked. Guy's expression grew a bit darker. Why do you require such memories? It is not very youthful to ask for such things. Guy said. I will tell you later, now Inoichi, look for this specific memory. Minato said, putting a piece of paper in the mind reader's pocket. Inoichi went through the hand signs and placed his palm on Guy's head. Suddenly, Inoichi was inside a long hallway with doors with names on them. Let's see what I need to find. Inoichi said before pulling out the note. Upon reading it, his expression grew dim. I really hope this is wrong. He said before he went looking for the memory. Meanwhile with the Straw Hats. Achuo? Naruto sneezed. Are you catching a cold? You have been sneezing a lot recently. Usopp asked. Nah, I bet it's Itachi or Iruka pissing of dad, if only there was a camera that could send pictures. Naruto said with a sigh. You really don't like your parents, do you? Usopp asked. Nope, I will tell you one day why, but for now, I'm not saying anything else. Naruto said as he slumped on the railing. You know, I never asked what this ship's name was. Naruto said out loud. This is the Going Merry. Usopp said with pride. Interesting. So how long have you had it? Naruto asked. Well, a friend of mine, Kaya, gave it to us after we saved my town from a group of pirates. Usopp said as he sat down. Cool. I bet you guys are really strong. Naruto said. Well, the only one here that has a bounty so far is Luffy, he's worth 30 million berry to the government. Usopp explained. So what kind of powers do you have, Naruto? Are they from your demon or from a devil fruit? Usopp asked. Technically I trained to get my abilities. Naruto said. What do you mean? Zoro asked, having just woken up from a nap. Well, where I come from, we don't have one nation and don't work with the world government. There are the elemental nations, 5 of them, and a few smaller nations around it. Naruto said. So who protects these nations? Zoro asked. Ninjas. Somehow a long time ago, a man known as the Sage of Six Paths unlocked chakra and passed it on to the people of my lands. Naruto said. Wow, your home sounds really cool. Usopp said. I doubt they are as strong as some samurai. Zoro said. That is true, but have you ever seen a samurai do this? Naruto said as he jumped off the boat. Ooh. Usopp screamed, causing everyone to rush to the sniper. What's wrong, Usopp? Luffy asked. Naruto jumped off of Mary. He yelled as they all ran to the side of Mary. Man, you guys really do care. Naruto said. He was currently jogging with the ship while water walking. Way-eyed. Everyone yelled. That's so cool. Luffy said. How can you do that, Naruto? Nami asked. Naruto then retold his story to all of the Straw Hats. Wow, these guys seem really strong. Sanji said. Some of them are, but I think we could take them. Naruto said with a grin. If you guys want to see something really cool, watch this. Naruto said before going through a few hand signs. Water style. Reverse waterfall whip. Naruto said before a part of the ocean shot upwards and started to circle the ship. Usopp and Luffy's eyes looked like stars as they were in awe of the water. Cool. They both shouted. Yeah, I have an affinity for water and earth, but I know jutsus for all the main elements. Naruto explained. After everyone calmed down, Naruto passed out while standing. I have lost all respect for you, Lord Hokage. Inoichi said as he left the office. He never told us what he saw. Minato said. Like I said, you drove Naruto to the point of suicide. I hope you're happy. I know I am, since Naruto now has a chance at happiness. So where are we headed, Luffy? Naruto asked. To the Grand Line. That's where the One Piece is supposed to be. Luffy said with a grin. How do we enter the Grand Line? The man that got me here didn't really explain that. Naruto said. I don't know, hey Nami. How do we get to the Grand Line? Luffy asked. Luffy. I told you, we have to go through Reverse Mountain. Nami said. How long's that gonna take, Nami? Naruto asked. Nami stopped and thought for a second. It's probably about 3-4 hours away. Nami said, before going back to sunbathing. Naruto walked over to the railing and sat down. I wonder how everyone's doing with me gone. Naruto suddenly thought. His face paled. I never told them that I was leaving. Naruto thought. Zoro looked over and saw that Naruto's face had paled. You getting sick or something? Zoro asked. And no, I just forgot to tell my friends goodbye and I'll probably never see them again. Naruto said. Zoro sighed and took a seat next to the blonde. Join the club, kid. Zoro said. Naruto's head turned to look at the swordsman. What do you mean? He asked. I left my home, trying to look for someone, but when I couldn't find him, I tried to return. But I couldn't find my home, so now, I'm a pirate. Zoro said. Do you miss them? Naruto asked. Yes, but I made a promise. I promised someone I would become the greatest swordsman in the world. Zoro said. I'd like to see what you would do in a fight against one of the 7. Naruto said to himself. The who? Zoro asked. The 7 swordsmen of the mist, they're known as some of the strongest swordsmen of the elemental nations. Naruto explained. Really? Anyway, so Naruto, did you leave with a goal? Zoro asked. Naruto was silent for a moment before taking out Kuma's hat. I have two. To find a family and to meet my friend again, and if I have to, put him out of his misery. Naruto said. Zoro gave him a strange look before closing his eyes. I'm gonna take a nap. The swordsman said, causing Naruto to sweat drop. I'll join you. Naruto said before he too closed his eyes. His dreams were of his memories. Fishing with Shino. Training under Guy. Becoming a pincushion for Tenten. That one made him smile. But if one looked close enough, they would have seen a lone tear going down his cheek. Konoha. Sensei, where is Naruto? Lee asked. They currently were on lunch break from their training. Guy sighed before motioning for his genin to come closer. Tenten and Lee did, while Niji just ate, not caring about the blonde. I'm sorry to say this, but he's gone. He said. What? Tenten and Lee yelled. He left a few days ago to go find a place where he truly belongs. Guy explained. But he belonged here in Konoha with us. Tenten yelled, tears streaming down her face. I don't know what you knew of his family life, but it was torture for him. The best part of his day was seeing the 3 of us and what little friends he had. His parents neglected him to the point of suicide at one point. Guy said, staring straight at the forest. Inside said forest, Minato and Kushina were eavesdropping and currently crying into another. Hearing multiple people announce that their son was suicidal because of them had finally cracked their thick skulls into believing it. We really screwed up, didn't we, Minato? Kushina said. Yes, we did, but we must be strong now for Menma and Narumi. Whatever we are feeling must be 10 times worse for them. Minato said. I promise we will find him somehow. Minato vowed. So where did Naruto-ji go? Lee asked in between sobs. I do not know. I just know he went to a friend which took him away. Guy said. I think that will be enough training for today. Guy said, releasing his team. In the academy, Shino had been given the same talk by Iruka. It was raining when Nami told everyone to close the sails. Ooh. Nami, I see the mysterious mountain. Luffy screamed. TTTT, that's insanely huge. Usopp said. The entrance to the Grand Line, Nami said in awe. So that's the Red Line. Naruto said. I can't see the top because of the clouds. Usopp yelled. Suddenly the boat rocked to the side, hard. We're getting sucked in. Luffy yelled. Hold the rudder straight. Nami yelled. Naruto pulled out a telescope. Nami. We need to head to that crack in the mountain. He yelled. This can't be for real. Zoro said, looking through a pair of binoculars. The damn ocean really is flowing up the mountain. Zoro said out loud. We need to make our way through those water gates just right. Otherwise the ship will be blown to pieces. Nami yelled. Mary started moving to the left. We're moving off course. Luffy yelled. Go right. Naruto yelled. Go right. Go starboard. Usopp yelled. Suddenly the rudder broke, sending Usopp and Sanji crashing through the table. Everyone screamed. Luffy, thinking fast, jumped off the ship. Gum gum balloon. He said before he expanded. Mary ran right into Luffy, but luckily the ship bounced off, sending them back on track. Luffy. Grab onto my hand. Zoro yelled. Luffy extended his arm and grabbed Zoro, sending his face through the deck. Thank Kami we are alright. Naruto said. Usopp and Sanji were celebrating in the kitchen, screaming and cheering. We made it. Everyone, except Naruto, yelled. Now it's just a straight shot to the summit. Nami said. I wanna see. I wanna see. Luffy screamed, his head still stuck in the deck. After a while, the clouds surrounded them. Oh, we're in the clouds. Luffy said, on top of Mary's head. Awesome we're above the clouds now. Naruto said, eyes in the shape stars. Hey, what's going on? Kurama said. Were you sleeping that entire time? Naruto asked. Yes. Kurama said, causing Naruto to deadpan. Summoning jutsu. Naruto yelled, slamming his hand into the ship, causing Kurama to show up. Look, it's the summit. Nami said. Everyone looked and saw water spraying everywhere, causing mini rainbows to paint the sky. Mary shot into the sky. Yahoo! Luffy yelled before Mary flew back down into the current. Everyone was thinking of their goals. To do what Mihawk said, to find the all blue, to map the whole world, to prove I'm a brave warrior of the sea. Everyone thought. To find a family and to meet Kuma again. Naruto thought. Naruto I think you already found a family worth fighting for. Kurama thought to himself. Ooh, I see it. This is the greatest sea in the world. The Grand Line. The One Piece is up ahead somewhere. Luffy shouted. After a while, the clouds overtook their vision. Ooh. Something growled. Did you hear something? Zoro shouted. What? What did you say? Nami yelled. I said don't you hear something strange? Zoro asked. Isn't that the wind? Nami asked. Suddenly out of the clouds, a dark shadow appeared. What is that? Usopp asked himself before trying to examine it with his headgear. Nami Swan, I see a mountain up ahead. Sanji yelled from the rigging. How is that possible? Nami yelled. But it's really there. Sanji exclaimed. Luffy was just happy. Who cares? Go. There should be nothing but mountain up ahead. Nami yelled. Luffy said. Suddenly the clouds dispersed and before them swam a giant whale. It's not a mountain. Zoro yelled. The Going Merry accelerated towards the mass. It's a black wall. Luffy yelled. No, it's not. Nami yelled. Then what is it? Naruto yelled. It's a whale. Usopp exclaimed. Why it everyone yelled as the whale bellowed a screech. That thing is the same size as Shukaku. Kurama exclaimed. WH what are we gonna do? Usopp yelled. Can we fight it? Luffy asked. Idiot. There's no way we can fight that. Nami yelled. But our path is blocked. What are we gonna do? Usopp asked. Wait. If it looks like a wall from this close, then where are its eyes? Sanji asked. I don't think it's seen us yet. Naruto yelled. Even so, we need to do something or we'll run into it. Zoro explained. Hey. We can get through on the left. Zoro yelled, pointing towards the port side of the whale. Indeed there was an opening, large enough for the ship to pass by the whale. Port. Hard to port. Zoro yelled. But the rudder's still broken. Usopp yelled. Do something. Zoro yelled as he hopped over the railing. I'll help too. He yelled. Oh, I have an idea. Luffy exclaimed suddenly before going below deck. Luffy. Hey what are you doing? Nami yelled. Usopp, Sanji and Zoro were trying to pull the rudder but were having no such luck. It doesn't work. The ship doesn't turn. Usopp grunted. Damn it. Don't give up. Is this it? Nami thought as they got closer and closer to the whale. Boom. A cannonball shot out of the bow cannon. Everyone yelled in disbelief. All right. Did it stop? Luffy said, standing proud. Luckily, Mary slowed down as it reached the disembark of the mountain. Sadly, Mary didn't slow down enough for it not to hit the whale, Mary's head breaking off and slamming into the deck. We're screwed. This might be it. Nami said, laying down. My special seat. Luffy yelled. Man you really know how to pick 'em, don't you Naruto? Kurama said. Everyone else looked terrified at what Luffy just did. Nobody, not even the whale said anything for a good long time. Zoro swallowed. Let's get out of here before it's too late. He yelled. What the heck is going on? Usopp yelled as the crew got out some paddles and paddled the ship past the whale. I don't think he noticed us because he's too big. Naruto said. He might be too slow too. Usopp argued. Stop arguing and just row. Sanji yelled. The whale bellowed. My ears. Sanji yelled. Paddle. Just paddle. Usopp yelled, hunched over in pain. We gotta get away from him. Zoro yelled. Kami that thing is loud. Naruto added. Only Nami noticed Luffy approaching the starboard side. Luffy? Nami asked, getting the attention of the rest of the crew. You. What did you do to my special seat? He yelled before slamming his fist into the whale's eye. Ooh, everyone said in fear. Dumbus. Everyone yelled, tears rolling down their faces. The whale's eye looked down directly at the ship. How was that? Bring it on, you bastard. Luffy said before Usopp and Zoro kicked him into the railing. Shut up already, you idiot. They yelled. Raya. The whale roared. Suddenly the current changed and started to sway the ship. Wah, everyone yelled. The whale had started to inhale the water, sucking the ship and crew inside. I'm not gonna die. Luffy yelled before falling overboard. Luffy. Everyone yelled. Luffy shot his arm around the whale's tooth, slingshotting the rubber man onto the upper lip of the whale. I told you I'm not gonna die. Luffy yelled before the whale closed his mouth, swallowing the ship and the crew. You bastard. Give them back. Open your mouth. He yelled, slamming his fists into the whale. The whale did not respond whatsoever. Give them back. He yelled again. The water started to rumble. Luffy said in confusion. The whale had started to submerge. Hey. Don't dive down. Are you listening to me? Give them back. The water was getting dangerously close to Luffy at this point. Stop. I told you to stop and give me my friends back. They're precious to me. Luffy yelled. The water had almost reached him at this point. Luffy said. Next to him stood a hatch. The water enveloped the whale. Meanwhile, in Konoha. Kushina, how about we search Naruto's room, see if there's anything we can find to help us find him? Minato asked. Oh Hikkei. Kushina said in between hiccups. She hadn't stopped crying since they spied on Guy talking to Lee and Tenten. The pair entered the barren room and started to search every nook and cranny for clues. After an hour of searching, the pair had almost given up. Minato, we haven't found anything. We'll never get my baby back. She yelled before starting to cry again. We'll find a way. He said as he sat down on the mattress. This mattress is really lumpy, it feels like him sitting on something really solid. He said out loud. Kushina and Minato shared a look before Kushina threw the mattress and consequently Minato into the wall. Oh ouch. Minato said, getting back up. Upon the bed lay a book with the title Bible. Weren't we eaten by a whale? Naruto asked. Everyone looked around and saw that they were in the ocean. Wait, those birds aren't moving. Usopp said as he examined the ceiling. Everyone looked up at the sky and gasped as everything seemed frozen. Hey guys, there's an island over there. Naruto said. Everyone looked away from the strange sky to see an island with a small house on it. Suddenly the door opened and out walked a strangely dressed man. He stood there, staring at them, before slowly walking towards a lawn chair, his eye never leaving the ship. Everyone stood tense and the man stopped, sat down, and pulled out the newspaper. Say something you jerk. Sanji yelled. The man looked up from his paper. If you wanna fight, we'll fight you bastard. We've got cannons. Usopp yelled from inside the cabin. The man's stare intensified as everyone became quiet again. The silence continued for a few minutes until the man said, you'd better not, or someone will die. Zoro put a hand on his sword while Nami and Usopp clung together in fear. Oh? Just who are you saying will die? Sanji asked nervously. Me. You Sanji yelled. Why you Sanji started before Zoro put a hand on his shoulder. Well, calm down. Zoro said smoothly. He's mocking us. That bastard. Sanji said. Actually I think he's just old. Naruto said. Zoro walked past Sanji saying, hey, old man. Tell us where we are and who you are. He said with a smile. Once again the man's stare intensified for an awkward amount of time. When you ask someone a question, isn't it proper to give your name first? The man asked. Oh, yeah good point. Sorry. My name is Rorana. My name is Crocus. The man said, interrupting Zoro. I'm the lighthouse keeper of the Twin Capes. I'm 71 years old and a Gemini. My blood type is Ab. Can I cut him? Zoro asked. Naruto was rolling on the floor, clutching his sides from laughing too hard. It's not funny. Zoro yelled. You're asking where we are? Crocus asked. How dare you run your mouth when you barged into my private getaway? Crocus said annoyed. Does it look like we're in the belly of a rat? He asked. So we were swallowed by a whale after all, Usopp said. But is this really its stomach? Naruto asked. Wait a sec. What's gonna happen to us? I don't want to be digested. Nami yelled. Crocus's eyes hardened again. Would you cut that out? Everyone yelled. Haven't you guys ever heard of a repeating gag? Crocus asked. Yeah, but you don't have to be a jerk about it. Naruto said. The exit is right over there. Crocus said, motioning to a large steel door. We can get out, everyone yelled. Hold on a sec. Why is there an exit in a whale's belly? Nami asked. And why is it in the sky? She continued. Wait, look at it really carefully. This sky, those seagulls. They're all painted. The whole stomach is painted. Usopp yelled. Call it a doctor's playful mind. Kroka said. You bastard. What the hell are you doing here? Usopp demanded. That's enough. Leave him alone. Zoro said. Agreed. Sanji replied. Nami, there's the exit, so let's get out of here already. Zoro dictated. Yeah, besides we have to find Luffy. Nami said. Meanwhile. Why? Luffy yelled as he banged against a metal vent as he fell. What's going on? Luffy yelled. Dizzy to dizzy. He yelled before finally landing in a large metal tunnel. My head hurts. He said, his eyes becoming spirals. Suddenly a large groaning noise came about and the floor started to increase its slope. Ah! Luffy yelled as he tried to grab a hold of anything to support himself with. Eventually it became too much and he started to fall once again. About 5 minutes later Luffy saw 2 figures ahead of him. I can't stop. Luffy yelled, trying to warn the 2. What is that? The man asked. Luffy suddenly got very close to them as he gained more speed. The 2 yelled as Luffy plowed into them, slamming all 3 through a metal door. Those guys are Kroka said. Usopp said in disbelief. Huh? Zoro said as he looked up. This isn't good, Miss Wednesday. That's a sea of gastric acid below us. The man yelled. Luffy. Zoro said dazed. Hey guys. Everyone's okay? He asked, not concerned at all for his safety. In any case help me. Luffy yelled before the 3 fell in the stomach acid. Acid from Luffy, they're 2 weirdos. Usopp said. Yeah, but isn't Luffy a weirdo as well? Naruto asked. Everyone nodded. Hey. The old man disappeared. Nami exclaimed. Forget about him. We need to get Luffy. Zoro said. Ibiki, Inoichi, that's enough for today. Let Tsunade heal him. Minato said as he entered the cell. Ibiki nodded before leaving the room. Inoichi gave the Hokage a sour look before leaving as well. I didn't want to do this, Naruto. I'm sorry. Minato said. He reached out to rub the blonde's head. Naruto used what little movement he could to move out of the way of the hand. He was currently chained up in the cell by his arms. Seals and special cuffs restricted his abilities. I only have one thing to say to you, Minato. Did you kill Zoro? Naruto asked, his eyes a maelstrom of rage. Indeed, I stabbed him with a poisoned kunai. Minato said with a frown. That's not the question. Did you kill Zoro? Naruto asked, his lips twitching into a smirk. Minato looked at Naruto with a confused look. I did not stay to make sure he died. Minato said after giving it some thought. Naruto's eyes gained a hint of insanity and his mouth grew into a large foxy grin. Then you have not just tickled a sleeping dragon. Naruto said with a laugh. What do you mean? Minato asked. You've punched a sleeping dragon right in the face. Naruto said. I doubt he will survive. I used the same poison Sasori of the Red Sands used to poison Jinchuriki. Minato boasted. You haven't met Chopper. Naruto said. Minato reached into a pocket and pulled out wanted posters. After flipping through a few he pulled one out of the stack. It was of Chopper. Cotton candy loving Chopper. He only has a bounty of 50. Minato smirked, trying to upset Naruto's beliefs. Yeah, we give him crap about that all the time. It's nowhere near his real level. He's also the greatest doctor I've ever seen. Naruto said, looking over to the one-way mirror where he knew Tsunade was waiting to come in. You have done something very drastic that risks the entirety of not just Konoha, but all the elemental nations. Naruto explained, growing serious once more. They will come for me, and they will kill anyone in the way. Naruto said. Is that a threat? Because I can use that to keep you here. Minato said. Of course you can use it. You're the Hokage. A way to keep a leash on the village's strongest ninja in order to keep them from going rouge. Naruto said, pissing Minato off. But no, it's not a threat. It's a promise. Naruto said dangerously. And when they come for me, because they will, you will need the strength of all the nations to hold a candle to my family's fury. Naruto said. They are not your family, Naruto. I am your father. Kushina is your mother. Narumi and Menma are your siblings. Minato said angrily. Oh yes, because all of you have been so kind to me over the years. You even kidnapped me back here to continue your loving family. Naruto said sarcastically. You can go. I've given you the warning, even if you are too stupid to accept it. Naruto said, looking at the wall. Minato opened his mouth to retort but decided against it and left. After a few minutes, Tsunade came in. Naruto. Tsunade said. Naruto looked at her and nodded. He brought forth his hand that was terribly mangled from his time with Ibiki. Tsunade huffed before her hand glowed green. After a few minutes of silence, Tsunade spoke, breaking the silence. I don't expect your forgiveness, like Minato does. I was against bringing you back entirely, as I have realized how unbearable it was here for you. I just wish to say I'm sorry for helping to bring you back. Tsunade said as worked on his body. I have nothing against you, except that you shirked your duties as godmother in order to fix the hospital and medical teams at the time, even if you spent more time with my blood siblings. You were doing your orders, even if you were against them, something every ninja is taught. My family will come, and they will save me. Naruto said. Tsunade breathed a sigh of relief. You really love them, don't you? Tsunade said. They gave me all the love and happiness I could have wanted, even if we had some rough times. Naruto said, thinking of Ini's lobby. I'm happy then. That you were able to get what you wanted, even if you started out in a bad place. Tsunade said, finishing up. I let your few friends know that you were here. Tsunade said. Naruto was silent as she approached the door. Thank you. Naruto said. An hour later, the door slid open once more. Naruto. Said a voice. Naruto stopped staring at the wall next to him. He grinned as he saw who was in the door. Shino, it's good to see you, even if the circumstances are less than desirable. Naruto said. You've had quite the adventures. Shino said, sitting down on a chair against the wall. Naruto hated the chair, the way it was mocking him, being just out of reach. Yeah, I've had the time of my life these past 3 years. Naruto said. That is good. I cannot believe that you were captured. Shino responded. It was a surprise attack. All the elites plus the Hokage. They also surprised Zoro, injuring him. Naruto said. Zoro? Shino asked. Yeah, I wrote a bit about my crew, remember? He's the swordsman, green hair, terrible sense of direction. Naruto said. Shino sat there for a moment, recalling him memories. Ah yes. Zoro, the pirate hunter. Shino said. Yeah, that's the one. Naruto smiled. Could you tell me a bit about your adventures? Shino asked. Sure, but only one. Can't have too much information on me, even if you're my friend. Although, Inoichi and Ibiki will just torture it out of me. Naruto said. Shino nodded, his bugs going active from his anger. Then, how about your family? Can you tell me about them? Shino asked. Sure. Well, let's start with my captain. Monkey D. Luffy. He's like my idiotic uncle. Then there's Zoro. I think of him as my dad. He's helped me out through a lot of stuff. I would say Nico Robin is my mother. She shares a similar childhood to mine and was the reason I was able to open up to the crew. I love her, just like I think a child loves a parent. Then there's Nami, she's like an older sister. Annoying sometimes, scary some of the other, but looks out for me. Sanji's my other uncle, only he's one of the biggest pervs around. Except maybe Frankie and Brooke, they're even bigger pervs. Sanji is really nice and the best cook ever. Usopp is my final uncle, he's kinda a walking contradiction. He's a massive liar, but somehow, all his lies eventually have become truth so far. Naruto said. Like what? Shino asked. Well, there was one story where he said he landed on a giant goldfish's poop and thought it was an island, then he battled the fish and killed it. We ran into a giant goldfish and had to battle it or Mary would have been eaten. Naruto said with a smile. Mary? Shino asked. Naruto smiled sadly before attempting to wipe a lone tear. Mary was our first ship. Going Mary was its name. Eventually, Mary's keel was damaged and Mary saved us. You see, what happens to very rare ships is that they gain a soul from the love and friendship the sailors have for their ship. Mary had this and saved us after a giant battle. Mary went out in flame, Mary's spirit crying with us, never to adventure again. Naruto said. Why was Mary burned? Shino asked. Luffy. He said that the bottom of the ocean is a cold, lonely place. We didn't want our friend to be forgotten. Naruto said, wiping away another tear. You're being awfully open to me, Naruto. Shino said. This information is not important. If anything, it would make Luffy madder if he learned I was tortured for information. Naruto grinned. Shino stood up and approached the door. It's been good seeing you. I must go. Shino said. Shino. When they come, don't die. Naruto said. Shino nodded before walking out the door. Half an hour later, Naruto heard something he actually wished he hadn't. Youth. Came a cry. Oh no. Naruto said, hanging his head. The door opened and 3 figures walked in the room. Naruto. Your youth has diminished. Lee said. Standing next to him was Tenten and Guy. Well Lee, I kinda got tied up a bit. Mind helping me out? Naruto smirked. I cannot do that. Guy-sensei has prohibited me freeing you. Lee yelled. Naruto flinched at the spandex-clad ninja. Could you keep it down a bit? My hearing is kinda sensitive, I'm already tortured enough as it is. Naruto said. Tenten and Guy frowned while Lee apologized. Naruto. Guy started. Naruto lifted a hand to stop him. I don't blame you, Guy, you followed orders from your leader. Naruto said. Guy visibly relaxed at this, while Tenten gave him a confused expression. Guy-sensei, what's Naruto talking about? She asked. I was a part of the group to capture me. All the elites along with the remaining Sannin and the Hokage ambushed me. I got a few of them, but was overwhelmed. Naruto explained. Tenten walked up to Naruto and hugged him before kissing him on the cheek. I missed you. She said quietly. I missed you as well, Tenten. Naruto smiled. Why have they locked you up, Naruto? Lee asked. They wanted to make sure they break me so that I don't escape the moment these chains come off. Naruto smirked. Lee and Tenten were alarmed while Guy looked sad as he knew this was going to happen. Then I issued a verbal warning, one which the Hokage has ignored. Naruto smirked. Don't die when they get here, guys. I don't want to have to dig your graves. Naruto said. Naruto, I don't think your crew is as powerful as you think. Guy said, remembering the ambush. If you're talking about Zoro, you've only pissed him off. And you left him alive, so the rest of the crew knows of some of your abilities, meaning that they will be prepared and out for vengeance. Naruto explained. He's your father figure, right? Tenten asked. Yeah, he's taught me a lot and helped me through a lot. They all have. Naruto said, lost in his memories. I look forward to our future opponents. Guy said in his nice guy pose. Well, if you really want to fight martial artists, Chopper and Sanji are your guys, and Reindeer. Naruto said. Guy and Lee's eyes lit up at the thought of a Taijutsu fight. Reindeer? Lee asked. These are reindeer that ate the human fruit. Naruto said. Lee and Tenten looked really confused. I can probably tell you. I haven't gotten to that part of the story. Naruto said, looking at the camera that recorded his room. Well, we best be going. We've got a mission. Guy said. Tenten hugged him one more time before they left. You can come out now, Itachi. Naruto said. The wall next to him shimmered before Itachi appeared. Hello, sensei. Naruto said. Are you here to interrogate me with the Sharingan? Or just to speak? Naruto asked. If I wanted to, you wouldn't realize that you were under the Sharingan's power. Itachi said. Not to your knowledge. Naruto smirked. I'm here to see how you are faring. After the fight, your teammate was injured and you were immediately brought here. Itachi stated. He's not dead and they will find me. Naruto said. I'm starting to sound like a broken record. Naruto thought. How can you be so sure? Itachi asked. Naruto had that slight insane look once more. I put certain procedures in place in case of such an incident. Naruto said. Itachi's eyes widened. I'll give you a hint. I'm still alive. You knew we were going to come after you. Itachi said. Of course. I hold the nine-tailed fox's soul. Without it, Narumi and Menma will never fully control his powers. Naruto smirked. I've known that for quite a while, so I prepared. One of your shinobi is missing a headband, no. Naruto said. You are Anbu captain, last I heard. Naruto smirked. Itachi rushed out of the room, straight to the Hokage's office. He burst through the door, not caring about who was in the room. What is it, Itachi? Minato asked. With him was Kushina and Jiraiya. One of the retrieval team lost their headbands. Itachi said. I had not heard of this, but how does it affect anything? Minato asked. Naruto knows that it was taken. Minato's eyes widened in surprise. He also said that he's put plans in place for when we came for him. Itachi said. So he planned for in case we came for him. It doesn't change anything. Jiraiya said. He didn't say if. He said when. He knows of the fox. I do not know how or how the headband plays into this, but something is off. He does not show signs of blind trust in his crew to find him. Whatever he's done, he's certain his family will come to get him. Itachi informed. Did he say anything else, Itachi? Kushina asked hopefully. Only a bit about his crew and that Sanji and Chopper seem to be Taijutsu users. Oh. He gave me a hint about how they will find him. The Uchiha clan head said. What is it? Jiraiya asked. He's still alive. The Toad Sage grew alarmed at this. Sensei. What is it? Minato asked. They will come. That is for sure. Minato, we need to alert the other villages of this. Wherever they land, they must be apprehended. Jiraiya said. What? They actually will arrive in the elemental countries. Minato said. If what I think happened is true, Naruto has ensured that his crew will find him, even if they do trying. He's created a Viver card. Meanwhile, on Sabati. Hey guys. Luffy yelled. Luffy. Chopper yelled before hugging the rubber man. Anyone seen Zoro or Naruto? Brook asked. Yeah, where are they? Luffy asked. Rayleigh said that they arrived already when I went to see him. Sanji said. They waited another hour. I bet Moss had got them lost. Sanji said, lighting a cigarette. Suddenly, a large smoke screen poofed on the ship. Everyone grabbed their weapons in preparation for battle. As the smoke cleared, they gasped as they saw Zoro, hosting an unhealthy color of purple, with a small fox with a headband in its mouth. Zoro, what happened? Chopper yelled as he rushed to his aid. I got stabbed by this blonde bastard. He said in between breaths. What about Naruto? Robin asked. They got him. Naruto was kidnapped by his old home. What if neglected Naruto eats chakra fruit in one piece, and thanks for watching my video till the end. If you enjoy this content then do consider subscribing to my channel and leave a like if you guys need the next part, comment down, and thanks for watching the video and see you guys in the next video.